Wow. Okay, so ADR a road. E road is what I'm thinking of. That's so silly. That's crazy. Nagito, how's it going, man? How you doing? DRO. Okay, so ODAR. Oh, almost about the road. Luvion, I don't believe I've seen you here before. How you doing? Oh shit, Nagato, happy birthday, man. That's awesome. You doing anything? Have any plans? Oh, I'm so cooked. I haven't even gotten one red. This is so cooked. DRO. So DRAO. Those are the letters I have. I know D can't be there, or there. HOARD. That's actually a good point. Oh, that was a good guess. That was a good guess, Dr. Z. DSV, how's it going, man? Bored. Oh, heartbreaker. You did almost bring me back from the edge, though, so I'm very thankful. Thank you. Not really. I'll probably hang out a bit with my friends. That's awesome. You getting a cake or what's up? The rivalry between you and Easy has been the... Okay, that's awesome, Nagito. Yeah. Well, today we officially overtake Easy for the first time. So for the first time, we'll be ahead of him in chapters. So that's based. Syndicate. Crew. Bam, Maligi. Okay. Book, save, order, reserve. Book, order, request, reserve. Nice. Quit. Ring. Crew. Goo. Goo. Paste. I think you guys can see where I'm going, but goo paste, I don't know what to go further with that. Username, how's it going, man? Quit, save, crew. What about, how about you give me? Alright, since you're gonna twist my arm for it, you can have it for today. Ring Syndicate Family Crew. Ring. Oh, that's the one I was missing because I was like, I got Family, Syndicate, and Crew, but I couldn't figure out the fourth one. Ring. Oh, very good. Crime Organization. Good. Quit. Quit. Save. Paste. Print. The 4 buttons at the top or whatever the fuck. Shortcut. Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Justin, how's it going? Goose, Led, Genus, Amazing. Okay, the ending. I got a new phone for my birthday. Oh, nice. That's awesome, man. Was your old phone just given out, or was it just something you wanted? Amazing. Amazing. Ingenious. A sled. I don't know. Just great. Nagito became a mod officially? No. It's his birthday, so that's my birthday gift to him. He's mod for today. It's kind of both? I see. Okay. No, don't anyone else start getting ideas. Nagito's an OG, so this is a special privilege he has access to, okay? Although, in fairness, I do also now expect him to use his birthday money for membership. I got him! I'm sorry, I couldn't help but make that joke. Charizard will not be happy today. Vijay, thanks for popping by. I'm good. How you doing, man? I don't believe I've seen you here before. How's it going? Thanks for popping by. We're going to start reading in 10 minutes. Yeah, Nagito was really opposed. Charizard was very opposed to Nagito becoming mod for some reason. 1 1 5 3 4 3 3. Could be 3. Do we will bully Dr. Z? Probably. Listen, that's... I'm also opposed. It's his birthday. It's just for the day. It's all good. Based. Also based. So that. No, but that can't be, because then I don't have any 2s that are the same, so that can't be. 5 1. This 8. 5 6. That becomes 9. That's not quite right. Username, you're opposed because of Milosh. I blocked him though, so it doesn't matter. How many people? Username has damn near everyone blocked. Or Discord, whichever. That doesn't work because that's not 5, but then now everything else works. God damn it. You know what? Let's do Lexicon. I can't. Dude, I'm so bad at pips. Scream, true. Loud. Moral. Loud moral claim. Loud moral claim. KLIEN PV. KLIEN PV today? I don't know if KLIEN's gonna get one. I hope he does, but I don't know if KLIEN's gonna get one. I think Miss Daily today. I'm surprised he didn't block you. I think streamers have a bigger leash from Dr. Z. Or sorry, not from from a username, sorry. Oh, no, confirmed on Weibo? Oh, shit. Oh, cool. Wait, really? It's KLIEN? Oh, shit, never mind. Let's go. Never mind. Apparently, we're both wrong, Vijay. Never mind. Oh, yes, they're absolutely right. Here's the thing. I don't react to this because there's nothing to react to. I mean, you know. If people don't know why not daily. She might be next. Although I have a feeling KLIEN is gonna be the last one. It would thematically make sense for KLIEN to be the last one. He's you know, the main character. It would be very difficult to put someone after him, you know. Although in fairness, I also wouldn't have expected that they put Dunn after Leonard. I would have expected Dunn, then Leonard and KLIEN if they were just going to do those two, because two MCs right side by side. But okay, in fairness, this is by far the best one. This is true. All the same, there's nothing for me to react to. Like, I don't. It's a still image. At that point, I'm gonna start fucking making react videos on every piece of fan art you guys send me. That's insane. Yeah, that's out. The actual trailer should be out in 6 minutes or so, generally. Okay, so in that case, we'll do the trailer react first, and then we'll do that. It's a wavy image. Yeah, I know. It's a character. Yeah, give or take, Justin. So same thing. We'll do a react first, and then after the react, give me like 5 minutes to do the upload and everything for both the trailer and the react, and then we'll get going. Okay. So I apologize, but prediction on the length of the PV. PVs are all generally like 40 to 50 seconds, so somewhere in that same range. I really doubt they're going to make it any longer. 54, never mind. Huang Tao PV character and stuff. Huang Tao would just be him, like him sitting there and he's going, fuck, what were the lines to Romeo and Juliet? Oh. Alright, since everyone's coming up with a number, let's do 47 seconds. We'll do 47. That's my number. Loud, claim. How do I do loud and claim? And moral, I guess. No, let's do moral claim. How do I? Right. Shit. They made audio drama. I know. I read it. I heard about that. I need to do more investigation. The problem is I can't bring myself to listen to it with how bad it sounds. But I mean, I might have to push forth for a review. I don't know. True, right. God, curious. No, it sounds good. I need to listen to that more. Sounds like peak comedy. If it's daily, then no. What does text say that? Argue, claim. Devil, how's it going? Just the story and changes are bad. Someone please help me with this. What am I missing? Username. Devil, you're generally good at these games. Come on, give me some help. I'm so lost. Like, the production sounds really good on the narrator and stuff. Just the actual content. Yeah, so they just got that last. So they're just missing that last little bit. Argue, debate, loud, wrong. Moral. Moral's a good point. Moral might be actually big. Oh no, I already have moral, don't I? Yeah, I do. Law. Shout. Oh, okay. Scream, shout, argue, debate, claim. Claim to truth. Truth to claim. How do we connect truth to claim? I'm making a claim. Evidence. Yes! Nightwalker, how's it going? Oh, Fact might have done it too. Username. The shortest path from scream to true is 6 words. There are 15 words on the board. Fuck you. Absolute cinema. Okay, let's just get the Weibo pulled up. PV in 1 minute. Wiz really does not read SCX. What is SCXP? What? In 1 minute, let's go. Oh, SCP. I know of. No, I've never spent much time on it. No. Like, my knowledge about it, it basically extends to I know of its existence and nothing more. Which I know, not great. Whatever. Sue me. How are we still stalling? I'm not stalling, bro. There's a PV coming out in 1 minute, Nightwalker. Shut the fuck up. Romero, how's it going, man? Oh, I guess I should change the title. Hold on, I should change the title. "49 seconds? Wait, oh man, I think at that point I was closer than anyone else. Oh, I was closer than anyone else. I guess 47. Run it back, boys. Let's go. Scoreboard, baby. Okay, I was given instructions by some people in the comments who were really mad about my last trial or last reaction. They said I need to watch the trailer in its entirety once before I constantly pause to do stuff. So we're gonna try that. Okay, just as an FYI. I'm going to watch it through all the way once without stopping it, and then we're going to do a frame by frame as I normally do, okay? Perfect. Time is me. I woke up now. Nice. C9, G3. Okay. On that note, let's get started, okay? Oh, wait. Music. Okay. Daily, no, not daily. KLIEN trailer reaction. Let's go. Nope, I'm gonna watch it all the way through without stopping it once. Stop. Oh, my instincts are so good. Oh, it looks so beautiful. Whoa, that tarot card was so good. Megos. My God, they're giving. Oh, that's when EBS infiltrated the hand. Dude, they are making this so. They're just making this for web novel readers. Oh my God. Oh my God. They gave us so much. Hold the phone. Okay, hold on. Wait, now we have to do a frame by frame, okay? I got through it without stopping it once against every instinct I have. Okay, so this is the Antigonus family notebook where KLIEN wakes up in front of, presumably the thing that he opens in front of it says everyone will die, including me, or the page, okay? What is this blood stuff? What is this? What is that? Does someone know? What is that blood? What is all that blood? I'm so confused. I don't know who KLIEN is. Who would KLIEN be shooting? Who did KLIEN kill in the first volume? Could it be Sharon? It could be Sharon. Oh, it could be... Oh, I see. Oh, it could be old Neil. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Old Neil? Wait. You're right. I'm seeing it. Never. It's old Neil juice. Jesus Christ. Don't say it like that. Oh, the eye. The eyelashless eye. Hidden Sage. I see. Of course. But KLIEN wasn't the one who shot and killed old Neil, right? Am I misremembering this? I feel like Dunn and Kenley or whoever the fuck else was present, or Leonard, was the one who shot him. KLIEN couldn't bring himself to. Am I misremembering this? Everyone will die, including me. Yeah, he couldn't shoot. Yeah, okay. Dude, this tarot card looks so beautiful. Oh my god. Look at this. That's so... it's a mix and match of other scenes. Maybe the first scene was old Neil, and then shooting could have been for Sharon. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, God. The background right before the tarot card. Pause. Oh, wait. Background right before the tarot card? Oh, God. Oh, my God. I hate Weibo. Weibo is so ass. It doesn't allow me to rewind at all. You're kidding. That is like an actual frame. Like, that is insane. I can't. Okay, hold on. Wait, that was a huge smile in the back, eh? Ah, this is it. Okay. That does look beautiful. What would this be, though? Because this definitely can't be KLIEN and their house, because this is way too big to be their house. Their house is tiny as fuck. Could this... Demoness's apartment? Maybe Sharon's house? Oh, Ince. It could be where the book, Ince. Ray Bieber's mom's chair. Oh, I guess. But then Ray Bieber's mom would be here, no? It's like it could be Bieber's mom, though. That's actually a good point. It can't be KLIEN's house because it's way too big. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't notice this. Look at this giant clown. It could be Ince. I'm thinking it's Ince, actually. Look at this giant smile in the back. That's terrifying. They couldn't show the rotting corpses. Maybe they couldn't show the... Oh, true. He looks so good. Hold on. I need to take a snapshot of this. Hold the phone. He looks so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, he's crying. Maybe after killing old Neil. I don't remember any time else KLIEN teared up in volume 1. There might have been, but I can't remember. Backgrounds are insane. Dude, it's actually crazy. There was no book with Ray Bieber's mom? True, there was no book. Yeah, it might be Ince. Oh my god. This is like... Who is this? Oh, this is the... Is this the clown that was... Yes, because he got shot in the... Because he got hit in the arm. He didn't actually get hit in the arm. He got hit... This is so detailed. Because he got shot here, and then he did the... I can't remember what the ability is called, but like he moved the wound to his arm, so it became way less fatal. The clown fight for Ray Bieber outside the warehouse or whatever. I don't know why there's drapes everywhere, but damage transfer. Yes, thank you. Oh my god, dude, this is so... I don't know why this is such a sickly clown. Like, bro, you know you can eat, right? Like, that's not part of your acting method. What are we doing? Give this motherfucker some food. Jesus. I don't know what these cards are, because KLIEN isn't a clown yet. At least he shouldn't be. Megos, of course, we know this one. I remember he cried twice, once for O'Neill, once for Dunn. True. Oh, I guess it could be right at the end for Dunn. But oh my god. Oh, I caught the magic shot. Oh, he's so cooked. Charms. Oh, they could be charms, true. Oh, I caught the magic. I caught the magic scene. Jesus Christ. What is that throne though? What is this? What? What is the throne? I don't know what that is. This is, I think, KLIEN. This is, I think, KLIEN in the Grey Fog when he peered into the mutated sun charm and EBS almost fucking mutated him into oblivion. Or sorry, burned him into oblivion. As I think that's what this scene is. This is so good. Oh god, he's so cooked. Wow. Oh, and I mean, this is way more scary than it was shown to be in the books, because in the book it just said like the Grey Fog shook violently or whatever, and on the other hand, this entire place is just fucking on fire. That's crazy. Literally cooked. True. This is when he's advancing to sequence 8, I assume, when he hears the ravings. Or yeah, I guess it could be sequence 9 too, when he hears the ravings and he hears like Hornaces Flagrea. No, the table was on fire also? Really? Being slow with subs? Good thing is there's not much talking here, so I literally don't even care about the subs, because like I don't even know where there was talking here. It was literally just action all the way around. So I'm fine without the thing. Subs. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna get this uploaded onto the channel, and then we're gonna be on our way, okay? And the reaction, I guess. So give me like 5 minutes. If you guys need to do something or whatever, feel free. I'm just gonna get it uploaded to the channel, both the trailer and the reaction. Dude, that was unbelievably good. That was amazing. Like every frame of it was zingers all the way through. Like what? Every second was just perfect. Like if you've the backgrounds look so real. True. Everyone else have cool scenes while my boy KLIEN's getting destroyed in every. Hey, he's the MC, okay? You get certain benefits, but you also get certain downsides, okay? That's only fair. That was amazing. Like there was not even a single second where I was like, okay, kind of whatever. No, it was like right from the get-go. It was like there's action all the way through. Amazing. Is this the final character PV? In my mind, it probably is Leo Sam. I can't imagine them. Like, it logically makes sense for the MC to have the final one, at least to me. But I mean, I might be wrong. I don't know. It's either Daly or Derek. You think so? I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but like to me, thematically, it makes sense for KLIEN to just be the last one. I don't know. So for some reasons, KLIEN's PV isn't on the Twitter account yet. Am I losing it? I didn't hear a single word in the PV, so I don't even know what the fuck they would translate. Am I crazy? Was there were there words and I just didn't hear them? Am I hearing the mad ravings? What's happening? Seven is lucky. No, it's good to stop there, I think. They still need to show? I guess, yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess they need to publish it to fucking Twitter. Not everyone's gonna be on fucking Weibo. True. Well, 8 is also lucky in China? Wow. You learn a new thing every day. Didn't know that. Okay. Just give me like 2 more minutes, guys. I'm gonna just finish uploading both to the channel and then we'll get going, okay? Really sorry, but it's like really important that I do this. Cat Leo's card was forgotten yet again. I had a really busy day, DSV. I promise I will do it tomorrow. Although in fairness, it probably won't be done tomorrow by the morning stream too, because I have a job interview right before school. Or school, right? What the fuck? Right before stream. So it probably won't be done tomorrow morning stream either. But I promise, it will be done tomorrow night, okay? Okay. What's the thing you're most hyped to see in the... What's the thing I'm most hyped to see? I am most hyped to see. I want to see how they do the old Neil stuff. It might be really sad, I'm sorry to say it, but I am so interested in how they do it. Because I didn't get a good visual like, I'm a really visual person, so if I don't understand something visually, I basically don't understand it, period. And I didn't really understand what happened with old Neil stuff right up until you guys showed me the character art of it. Or, sorry, the fan art of it, rather. Sorry. So, I'm so interested in how they do this. I'm interested if they follow the fan art interpretations really closely, whether they changed. Like, I'm so interested in how that works out. Does anyone know, sorry, username, does that, username, is the thing on Twitter yet? Is the subbed version on Twitter yet? It might be. I don't have my Discord open right now. Oh, it is. Okay. No, it's not. Okay. Not yet. Oh, for fuck's sake, still not. Okay, whatever. Soon. Just imagining those scenes with Ella. Dude, it's gonna be so unbelievable. Like, they have to nail this or they'll be actually fucking crucified. But my god, if they do this, well, good. We are so in business, boys. Because, like, Lord of the Mysteries is not going to be easy to animate. Like, it's not simple at all. But, oh my god. They, at least according to the trailer, based on the trailers, they've done such a good job. But, man, just fucking nail this. I'm begging you. Just nail this. And then we are so in for business, dude. Yes, Wallflower. I will do that in just 1 second. Anime of the year with the ins reveal. I don't even know if it would. I don't even know if it's gonna be fucking up on my anime list. Screw everything else, dude. Like, even just the simplest thing, I actually don't even know if it'll be on my anime list, considering it's not technically anime, which is like so fucking stupid. There, it's here. Oh, okay, dope. Thank you. Like, oh my god, please, just please nail this. And please get some Western publishing media partnership, please. It's on my... Oh, is it on my anime list? Oh, thank God. Okay, that's like a really small thing, but it matters. It absolutely matters, dude. Like, please nail this. What the fuck is this? Sorry. Username just sent me some stuff. I'm gonna just quickly check it out really quick, and then we're gonna start reading, okay? We are already 30 minutes behind. Because people are still worried about Lord of the Mysteries Donghua. Even if it doesn't get licensed by CR Netflix, it will most likely be released on YouTube like most Donghua ever at some point. Oh, I see. Wait, Tencent just straight up puts it on fucking YouTube? That's crazy. I'm curious. A Will Eternal. I've never heard of this. I'm really sorry. I'm curious. Does it have a lot of views on YouTube? What's its situation like, you know? Will Eternal. Tencent. Bro, give me the fucking Tencent channel, bro. What are we doing? 17k views? Oh, wait, chapter 140. Okay, never mind. I mean, they do have 1 million subscribers. I guess that's something. Oh my god, they be spamming this bitch. Jesus. Yes, Wanderer, we already reacted to the trailer. Please, please. Oh, shit. Fucking mute. Shut the fuck up. Oh, they're spamming this bitch. Jesus Christ. They upload so often. I mean, Donghua are really niche. Yeah, that's my concern. I mean, most Donghua are. I think Lord of the Mysteries has a good chance because it's like it's a Western media thing. It's based on, you know, very few. Yeah, exactly. The only one I can think of off the top of my head that actually broke out of the China was Link Click. There was like Fog Hill of 4 elements or 5 elements or whatever is also to a certain degree, but again, Lord of the Mysteries is very Western. It has the even just the names, Klein Moretti, Audrey Hall, Alger, you know, all this stuff, right? They're so Western. It makes it easy to get on board. Whereas like you have to hear some Chinese names you've never heard of before. And you're like, I'm already confused because I'm like confusing 6 characters in my head. It's like people are already thrown off right there, let alone anything else. The Lord of the Mysteries novel is 8th ranked in my anime. Oh, I did not know that. That's cool. Let's just quickly check this out. Again, I'm not gonna upload this to my reaction really quick, just because there's not much talking, so I don't really care. Jesus Christ! See, this is why I can't fucking watch it on Twitter. What is this? All lives shall surrender to the void, including me. Is that what they're translating? Everyone will die, including me too? That's crazy. That's not what that line is, bro. Why the fuck am I surrendering to the void? Just say everyone will die. Might be better to use Facebook or Instagram. Nah, if I have to suffer through this 544 fucking P, you have to suffer through it too. Fuck you guys. Yeah, this translation's horrid. This is better actually now. Oh, that might actually be the only thing. If there's one sentence in this fucking Donghua that they had to, or in this PV that they had to fucking translate and they fucked it up, just, I'm glad I didn't put fucking subtitles on mine, dude. Kill me. That's cooked. That's actually cooked. There was one sentence and they fucked up the translation. You know what? Now it's Klein, just more edge. No, fuck you. I don't trust Tencent. Billy does a better job. It's fine. Yeah. You know what? just for that reason, I'm going to put put in subtitles on my video just so I can put in the correct subtitles. Fuck you guys. Some douchebag is like, oh, actually, there's no way to translate. Shut the fuck up. That's what I translated to, bitch. Okay, so hold on. I'm putting in the correct translations. Fuck them. Yeah, I always do it myself anyway. I always do it myself anyway. You can do 2 subs anyway, can't you? Yeah, technically I can do 2, but if you're on my channel, you're gonna get the correct fucking dubbing, or you don't have to watch on my channel. Okay, fuck you. Keep it as simple as that. All right. Why make it so complicated? So by the way, if Easy does react to it, please tell him to react to it on my trailer, my channel, not the fucking, not the Twitter. Oh, so much better. Cooking. This is so much better. Oh my god. Was it that fucking hard, guys? God damn it. People get actually paid for this, and I'm doing it for free. God. You guys should really consider your lives. Oof. Okay, I think those should both be uploaded to the channel. Let me just quickly confirm, and then we're starting to read. 30 minutes behind schedule. Jesus Christ, kill me. Yes, they're both on the channel. That's fine. Based. Okay. All right, they're both on the channel. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Chapter 601. I'm gonna try to go to 609, but the truth is I have to be asleep in like 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna try to push a little harder than normal to get 9 chapters done in that short amount of time. But if it doesn't work out, then we're gonna end wherever we are. Okay, on that note, let's finally get fucking started. Okay, the bus engine is so loud. Oh, for you, sorry. I was like bus engine, what the fuck is this guy hearing? Never mind. I'm stupid. I just heard of Pocket FM. You can change the change. Can you believe that? Yeah, I know. I heard about it too, Nightwalker. I plan on listening to it a little bit, and then making a video on it. But yeah, it's gonna take me some time. Above the gray fog, KLIEN leaned back into the high chair and held creeping hunger. He remained silent for a few seconds. Finally, he released the psychiatrist's soul according to the specific steps. A tall figure quickly appeared at the side of the table. It was a woman whose face looked somewhat blurry. Her pain and distorted feelings were apparent. Did you read chapter 600? Yeah, I'm almost certain I did. Yeah, yes I did. KLIEN looked at her and asked her as though he was chatting with her. Do you still remember who you are? Of course I remember. I was a member of a secret organization and planned to meet a friend at Toscarter Island, but I ended up encountering pirates on the way. Although I used my power to resolve the disaster, the pirates who escaped informed the rear admiral of the corresponding situation. In order to obtain my power, he deliberately changed course and intercepted our ship. You can probably guess what happened after that. Thanks to his meticulousness, I was killed instantly, unlike the other passengers who encountered things that were worse than death. Do you know of the ancient book Grozel's Travel? He believed that the Grozel's Travels came from the dragons. It was possible that a psychiatrist had heard its name before. I'm sorry, I've never heard that name. Since you're about to dissipate and gain eternal peace, do you have any last wishes? I wish to be revived. Alright, I know that can't be done. Everything else isn't necessary. I've been dead for years. My family and friends have already received news of my death. Informing them again will only dig up the pain of the past. Let it be. Thank you. That should be it. Her figure quickly dissipated and vanished, leaving behind a huge golden iris that could expose the thoughts of everyone's heart. The beyonder characteristic of a psychiatrist. KLIEN sighed and began pondering over the details of what the psychiatrist had said. She was visiting a friend at Toscarter Island, alone, without family. Toscarter Island is located at the easternmost front of the Sonia Sea, and it's south of the Gargus Archipelago. That's the easternmost colony of the Lone Kingdom. While the Gargus Archipelago belongs to the Faesac Empire, what kind of friend would be there? What kind of friend is worth visiting after taking such a long journey? Although she said that she's from a secret organization, the chances are it's a psychology alchemist. Was she out on a mission? KLIEN respected the deceased and didn't wish to dig out her secrets or probe any deeper. Without any clues, he stopped thinking about the matter and considered something else. After hunting down Mythor King, regardless of the reason, I have to leave Bayam for the time being. I've really done quite a bit in the City of Generosity. Yes, I'll participate in 3 Beyonder gatherings and confirm whether there are the main ingredients of the Marionettis before leaving. KLIEN rapidly made a decision and conjured a scene of the world praying, covering it with the grey fog, and he threw it to Miss Justice. Audrey, who was standing at the balcony of the 3rd window looking at a nearby village. Suddenly, the endless, familiar void entered her eyes. Honorable Mr. Fool, please inform Miss Justice that she can make preparations of the transaction. I can make preparations for the transaction? He got the characteristic of a psychiatrist, but he didn't have it yesterday. The world's efficiency shocked Audrey as she nearly forgot to thank Mr. Fool. Hope you have a good time playing Bloodborne. Hell yeah, enjoy Bloodborne. Bloodborne's the best. Thankfully, she was no longer the green and naive lady from before. She had been exposed to several major matters and rapidly calmed her mind as she sincerely thanked him. She passed on the message for Mr. World to wait another 2 or 3 days as she was preparing to pay off the money she owed to the Mr. Fool's Blessed. Although she had money, she had to maintain a minimum balance, otherwise it was easy for others to notice something was amiss. After the illusory grey fog dissipated, Audrey looked down silently at Susie, who was admiring the garden on the 1st floor, before pacing around and secretly clicking her tongue. Mr. World is terrifying. So much blue? I know, it's so much blue today. You know what, Nightwalker? I'm giving Nagito your mod powers, okay? Evening in the seaweed bar. Having just squandered all his money at the casino, Blue Eyes Meath sat before a bar counter and ordered a cup of Lanty Proof. He was just about to raise the cup when he suddenly heard the bartender whisper, "Mythor is dead." What? Who did it? Meath was alarmed before he said excitedly, "Someone is challenging Vice Admiral Ailment?" An adventurer named Gearman Sparrow. He wasn't known at all before. Who knew that he finished off Mythor? The bartender didn't hide his shock and alarm. He also killed Ozil, the boss of the Amorous Leaf Bar. Meath was just about to sigh when he suddenly frowned. You will get a new membership in 2 days. Yay! Thank you, Nagitsu. I appreciate that, buddy. It was just, there's too much blue, Nightwalker. It just means I don't like it. It's fine. Don't worry. Nagito will not do anything to you. Okay? If he abuses his powers in any way, I will revoke them. Okay? It is his birthday, so I want to be kind. I don't have anything else to be able to give him, for a birthday present. So this is the least I can do. It's Nagito's birthday, Dr. Z. The young man that looked like just for today. The young man that looked like a gentleman was standing at the entrance of the bar. He had black hair and brown eyes, with a thin and cut face. Blue Eyes Meath shuddered and couldn't bother to drinking his alcohol. He immediately got up and went out the bar. That guy's terrifying. Even Wormtongue died at his hands. And plus, consider it slight punishment for that whole Rule 34 fiasco, okay? I know you say you didn't know, but you should know better. So, we'll consider that your one-day punishment, okay? Even Wormtongue died at his hands. He definitely is a powerhouse at an admiral level. He'll definitely seek me out and finish me off. I can't stay in Bayam any longer. I have to get back to the ship and be as far away as possible. Blue Eyes Meath ran to the Red Theater and forcibly pulled his companions with him. They headed for the woods and circled around the private harbor. Opposite the Red Theater, the herb store in the alley remained open. The apothecary, Darkwill, was sitting behind the counter wearing a calm expression, but internally he was deeply worried. I know, that's why it's only a 1 day. I'm not even revoking your mod powers. It's more like a suspension. It's all good. He had already controlled the Life School of Thought members. He knew via various methods and sought their help. My headcanon is that he pulled his friend's... I don't know what that means. By the way, is it confirmed that Delirious Shadow is Dr. Z? I'm like 80% sure, but all the same, I will just... It's nice to get a 100% confirmation, I can't do a divination on everything, At some points, the gods expect me to rely on myself. Okay, thank you. Nailed. He could only bear with his fear and anxiety as he continued running the store. Darkwill, you're extremely uneasy. The chubby owl flew over and landed on the counter. There's no need for you to remind me. I know my state of mind very well. He could still remember the time when he was still under his teacher's tutelage. He was often warned to be careful of the official organizations and be careful of the true sanguine. In regards to this, Roy King raised several examples, such as being imprisoned underground forever, with no sunlight or women to be seen, being made into experimental subjects, where their bodies were used to test the dangers of particular artifacts. They would experience all kinds of experiments, and after mutating, there were monsters who acted on instinct alone. It was possible to be sucked and eaten by the sanguine who made them into puppets. These examples left a deep impression on his mind. It made his already lacking courage vanish instantly. After leaving his teacher's side, he often stayed in a city for a short period of time, immediately leaving once there was a risk of exposure. Darkwill tried to keep his horror under control, placing his attention at the problem of rescuing his teacher. The old man has been captured for some time. Why is he still in prison at the Governor General's office? With the military's ability, they should be able to get any information they want out of him, be it an outright execution, the gathering of materials, or being used as an experimental subject. They would definitely move the old man. Could it be that the old man used some technique to hide his secrets, or they want to turn him into a spy? Gradually, he recalled his last letter he received from his teacher. Old man likes to give hints and things that seem to be normal in ordinary matters. Could it be that the letters contained similar information? That letter didn't say a thing. It just said to meet him near the Red Theater and flaunted his gambling technique. Well, there's obviously something in the gambling technique. God, this guy's dumb as a bag of bricks, isn't he? Jeez. I'm not Mr. Z. I know what kind of man you are. Don't be so mean. Okay, sorry, I'm just doing one quick thing. Sorry, I know we've had so many. Our streams have been so delayed recently because every time I stream at night, there's a PV coming out, so I've been delayed. But I literally can do nothing about this. Okay, it's like it's burnt. He knows what I mean. Oh yes, I always forget Michaela's burnt. Fuck. Talking about burnt, that tea burnt the fuck out of my tongue. That was so hot. Shit. He clearly relies on luck. He even wanted me to go to Enmat Street's Mabel Sundry store and buy a dye to make preparations to be educated. I thought I would only buy it after we met. That guy's so fucking... Dude, this guy's dumb as a bag of bricks. That's not even funny. What the fuck? It's fine. The whole point of stream is that... Yes. Thank you. Perhaps there's a secret there. Dark Will was a man, was like a drowning man, seemingly clutching at straws. Many of Bayam's secrets were named after Lone Kingdom cities. Dark Will used a few minutes to muster the courage and brought the owl with him, and closed the door to his shop before walking out of the alley. It's definitely me. The last time someone do something against me, get... I'll try to get on the server one day. I'm just procrastinating. The longer you wait, Justin, the further behind you're gonna get, okay? We're all at the point we're gonna start getting netherite armor soon, okay? Except for Romero, okay? Romero's gonna stick to diamonds. He has bad memories with netherite. While waiting for the rental carriage, he bought a copy of the news report from a paperboy as he flipped through the international and domestic news. He saw a familiar face. In the afternoon, Gehrman killed Wormtongue Mythor with a bounty of 5,400 pounds. Actually entrusted a mission to such a powerful adventurer. Darkwill clicked his tongue. I got another right already. What? He soon threw the matter to the back of his mind and got onto the carriage and headed straight for Enmat Street and found Mabel's Sundry store. The owner of the shop was a genial old lady who said after sizing him up, "The dye you want will cost £1." This is robbery! Darkwill roared angrily in his head. But this only made him more certain that there might be clues in the dye. After paying, he received a tiny ring box and opened the lid. He saw a milky white, six-sided die which had 4 red dots pointing up. Although he was puzzled with how ordinary the die looked and how it stuffed tightly into the ring box with no remnant space, Darkwill still acted cautiously by not studying it on the spot. He put it into his pocket and walked to another street. When he came to a secluded spot, he couldn't help but give it a glance, unable to find any problems with it. At this moment, a carriage flew by and gave him a fright. His wrist trembled as he dropped the die on the ground. The die continued rolling and ultimately came to a stop. A single red dot pointed up. Darkwell cursed the carriage driver and widened his stride to pick it up. Just as he took this step, his body suddenly staggered, and he collapsed to the ground loudly. Despite the lack of any obstacles, all he saw was stars. His mind went blank for a moment as he lay there, the milky white die right in front of him. Yesterday was like an hour. From when you and me started playing to when you played again. That's crazy, Romero. Darkwell sprawled on the ground, momentarily forgetting to stand up. His mind remained blank. Imagine. True. Oh, I guess Gehrman is pretty famous now. Ever since he matured, he never encountered a scenario of tripping himself. After consuming the potions, his body had become experienced to enhancements to a certain degree, making it even more impossible. But now, for some baffling reason, he fell down. Did I step on something? He looked left and right without finding anything odd on the ground. Filled with puzzlement, he took a few difficult steps forward to pick up the milky white die. At this moment, a patrolling constable seemed to have sensed the disturbance as he jogged over with a baton in hand while holding his other hand on his revolver. Upon seeing this, Darkwell suddenly became worried. The old man... they caught the old man, but they haven't come for me all this time. Is it because they've been secretly observing me and waiting to find some clues? Now that I got this die, they've taken action? The Beyonders are here to catch me? Bro, chill. No one gives a fuck about you. Ready the creepy music? Oh, shit. Oh, thank you. Yes, let me open up Discord. Seeing the patrol constable approach him, and him not being able to run, a scene of underground prison instantly surfaced in his mind. What happened? The constable asked. Darkwell suddenly felt an irresistible fear. As he trembled, the milky white die he had just picked up fell to the ground again, and it rolled a few times. This time, it landed on a 6. Faced with the constable's scrutiny, Darkwell replied, "I just stepped on a damn banana peel and fell." At that moment, he felt his heart skip a beat, because there wasn't any banana peels on the ground. Damn it, I should have said I tripped myself, Darkwell said in frustration. We're getting an Audrey cosplay? No, never, ever. 100,000 subscribers and I'll do it. Damn it. He decided to summon the owl perched on the roof opposite him, preparing to make a last stand. So I have heavy-duty equipment? Jesus Christ. The patrolling constable gave him a glance and chuckled. Make sure to watch where you place your feet when walking. I was imagining that you'd been robbed. He then walked away. In a daze, Darkwell looked at the constable. Okay, listen, if we ever reach that number, I will give you guys a choice, okay, of whichever cosplay you want, Sharon or thing. State your words and do a Sharon cosplay. You were... Okay, no, Nightwalker, no. We never made that bet. Bullshit. You think if I made that bet, I would have stopped at 591? You think I would make that bet, be within 9 chapters of finishing and say, I'll go to sleep? Fuck that. No, we never made that bet. Okay. Sharon. Hard disagree. No, don't even say that, Doctor. Don't even say that username. They said you made the bet. Easy. Did we make that bet? There's no... And if you fucking lie, I'm gonna be so ticked. Don't you goddamn dare, okay? No. The carriage smoothly proceeded forward because dusk was settling in. Okay. Dude, I've been getting harassed for it for like a week at this point, okay? I can't take jokes about that on that matter. I'm sensitive. After entering the herb store and heading up the residential area on the second floor, he lit a wall lamp and chased the silly bird out of the room. He sat behind his desk and repeatedly checked on the ring box and the die. Finally, he took out a piece of folded paper about the length of a finger segment at the bottom of the box. If I didn't appear within 3 days of the appointed time, then I must have been betrayed and been arrested. Therefore, do not seek out help from other members of the Life School of Thought, because this is because I'm unable to determine who did it. This will bring you great danger. There's only one thing you need to do. Bring the die to Oravi Island and hand it to the bellman, Carnet. My teacher Ricardo is hidden there. The subsequent matters will be handled by him. Don't worry that I'll divulge this secret. Once I'm finished writing the letter, all the relevant memories will disappear. I wouldn't even remember having an apprentice like you until I'm rescued. Remember, try your best not to use the die. It has living characteristics. The more you use it, the easier it is for it to awaken. It will roll itself when you aren't watching it, even without any space. When it's at 1, please trust me when I say you'll suffer from worse than a direct death. This is because almost everything you do will end up in failure, including your bed activities. Jesus. Indeed, this die is very dangerous, a Darkwell thought. Where did you get that Red Bull jacket? I got it from Max's site. I think it's Verstappen.com. I got it last year. In order to rescue his teacher, Roy King, he overcame his cowardliness and remained in Bayam, as well as sent out a cry for help to the Life School of Thought members. What is news to you, Nightwalker? Ain't no way he's at 600 already. You know it, boy. Let's go. We're going to be at 1,000 in no time. And according to the information, he meant that he might very well have been targeted by the person who betrayed Roy King. He was at just 300 just a few weeks ago. It do be like that, you know. It is what it is. Why didn't you say so earlier? No, why didn't I head out to buy the die earlier? Darkwell raised his hands and yanked at his hair. Don't roll the die and don't ask for help. He didn't dare stay any longer. He decided to leave his residence and buy a scalp ticket at night. He would head for Oravi Island early in the morning. Wait, I'm so curious. Nightwalker, why is this news to me? What is news? My charms, my revolver, my bullets. Darkwell quickly counted the items that could provide him safety. He quickly thought and said, I need to hire a bodyguard. A bodyguard? Who should I hire? How much money do I need to spend? Suddenly, he thought of an excellent bodyguard, Gearman Sparrow. If he's willing to accept the mission, I should be able to successfully arrive at Oravi Island. But how do I find him? Right, I should post notices in the bar where adventurers frequently appear. In the seas beyond the Rorstad archipelago, in a small port belonging to Lone, the Black Death was docked there without any scruples. It was being surrounded by 3 ships. The Black Death is Tracy's ship, okay? Vice Admiral Tracy, who had just taken a hot bath, wore a loose man's shirt as she finished the final treatment for her mostly recovered wound. To a demoness, scars weren't a bad thing, or scars weren't a thing. At this moment, the blonde female attendant knocked on the door and entered the captain's cabin. When she saw Tracy, her cheeks flushed and she moved her gaze away. Captain, A telegram was sent from Bayam to the port over here. Mythor, the third mate has been killed. Do you know who did it? She had sent Mythor to Bayam to investigate the assassination attempt on her, first as a form of punishment, and secondly to spread news that she was heavily injured so as to lure others who harbored malicious intent to attack her. She never expected Mythor to make any breakthroughs, but she never thought of the possibility of Mythor being placed at risk. Mythor had been killed so quickly. The blonde attendant said it was done by an adventurer named Gehrman Sparrow. It can be confirmed that he used a beyonder power similar to Dragon's Might. Gehrman Sparrow. Dragon's Might. Kilongos also knew Dragon's Might. He likely grazed a psychiatrist or hypnotist with a creeping hunger. Hypnotist? That might be above a psychiatrist. Oh, or I guess it could be of another pathway too, obviously. Hypnotist. That's going in the notes. Hold on. She was certain that the Gehrman was the enemy who had disguised himself as Helene to attack her. Creeping hunger is with him, and he has an ancient demigod who Mother addressed as Death Consul backing him. Does this mean that the Rear Admiral was killed by that Death Consul? After the door to the captain's cabin closed, she chuckled to herself. If I were to give this information, the organization that ordered the admiral to assassinate Duke Negan would definitely be interested. For a brief moment, she had the urge to do so, but her rationality stopped her. This was because it would mean she would offend the Consul of Death, and with the single chance of him being recognized as a murderer, she would immediately be suspected of divulging the information. When the time comes, unless I hide at Mother's side, I'll be under the shadow of death at any moment. I'm not afraid of other saints. They will have to come find me before they can attack. But the Death Consul can travel the spirit world. As long as he knows my location, he'll appear before me. Tracy bit her lip in desperation. She gave up her previous thought and decided to take note of Gehrman's whereabouts. She wouldn't spare him once a good opportunity arose. At this moment, KLIEN was still living at Tiana Inn, waiting for his bounty to be delivered. Wait, I put like 3... Wait, what? Oh. 6:03. Okay. So now I'm only 20 minutes behind. I've made up 10 minutes in the past half an hour. That's pretty good. But I need to continue at this rate to finish all my chapters as I want. "10 p.m. Swordfish Bar. After waiting the entire afternoon and not having received of his bounty, KLIEN went out. He went to Oz Kent and received news that the process had been kick-started, but he would only receive the money tomorrow morning. He disguised himself and participated in private exchanges among the adventurers at Swordfish Bar, but didn't find any ingredients of the Marionettis potion or any mystical items. After restoring his appearance, KLIEN pressed down his hat and attempted to squeeze through a crowd. He left the bar, which was at its rowdiest and noisiest time of day. The fear of Azek is for real. Dude, Easy and I came to a fair conclusion that Azek is probably a sequence 2. That guy's a fucking angel. Yeah, you should be petrified of him. At this point, gazes swept past his face, as most of them were momentarily taken aback and clearly froze. Suddenly, they retracted their gaze and retreated far away from KLIEN. They had already learned of Gehrman's appearance and strength in the papers and rumors. The more details had gradually spread in areas where adventurers, pirates, and gang members gathered. Everyone knew to stay away from such a dangerous man. The merchant Ralph was drinking in front of the bar when he suddenly sensed the disturbance. He instinctively half-turned his body and looked over. He saw Gehrman, who hunted Wormtongue. Following that, Ralph recalled his conversation with the resistance leader, KLIEN, in the evening. He confirmed that the adventurer before him wasn't averse to the sea god. Perhaps I can develop him into being a believer of the sea god. Even if he has no interest in the archipelago in the future, he might be able to provide some help in certain matters. Ralph clasped his hands and held them to his mouth as if he was blowing at a sea conch. At this moment, KLIEN noticed Ralph's approach and recognized him. This was a devout believer who was willing to offer up a third of his 20,000 pound gold wealth to the sea god. The former pirate and present merchant who he had convinced to set up a children's charity foundation. Based on the news regarding the charity foundation and his frequent pious praying, he understood Ralph in all aspects. He has a job to entrust to me? Things that the resistance aren't able to do? Mr. Gehrman? Ralph raised. I don't know you. It's always so simple to get to know each other among adventurers. A cup of beer is all it takes. Are you interested in a drink? All right. They sat in a corner of the bar and ordered a cup of Southville beer. I've heard about you. Before what you did today, I know that you're a true gentleman who shows no discrimination towards the natives. Get to the meat of the issue. Do I have the honor to introduce you to our god, the savior of the archipelago, the blessed of sea, Kalvatua? As you know, the sea is vast, the storms are terrifying. It's impossible to guarantee that one can defeat the various difficulties at sea and live on, even for the four kings. We need a god that can respond to you and hold authority over sea and storm. Introducing me to myself and then getting me to believe in myself. I'm more interested in whether you have any mystical items, the kind that has powerful offensive strength. We don't have any. However, as long as you piously believe in the sea god, there may be a day when you will be bestowed with one. I don't have one. Don't make promises for me. I'll consider it, Gehrman said. Mr. Gehrman, someone entrusted you with a mission. And the bartender suddenly came over and said, What is it? KLIEN said. Knowing his place, the latter left his seat with his beer. He was already pleased with today's outcome. This was because he never had the intention of developing the crazy adventurer into a believer of the sea god in one try. His goal was to let him know of the possibility. So after the silence, the bar counter immediately said, He said he's an apothecary you know. He has a mission for you. If you're interested, you can wait here for him. We will contact him with a previously established method. Okay. At nearly 11 o'clock, KLIEN met the apothecary in billiard room 3 of the bar. He had already changed into a rather eye-catching witch doctor robe and was dressed as a native. It's similar to the feeling of Miss Justice observing the other members of the tarot club. This owl might really be a beyonder creature. A spectator? KLIEN made a judgment and said, What mission do you have? It's this. The apothecary kept his left hand in his pocket and clenched the right box tightly. I'll be making a trip to another island. It will probably take 3 days. Due to certain developments, I might encounter danger. Of course, I might not as well. I need a bodyguard, and I think you're the best. How great would the danger be? Darkwill's lips trembled. I can't be sure. If the danger exceeds what you can handle, you can directly hand me over to the other party. That's a promise we can make now. It won't spoil your reputation. What kind of payment can you provide? Darkwill originally wished to directly give the answer he had considered long ago, but felt hesitant. Because this matter was very dangerous. Without enough chips, he couldn't move Gehrman into agreeing. He was afraid of the appearance of the counselor, and that before the matter had reached the level of despair, his bodyguard would give up resisting. This was also the reason why he had to hire a powerhouse. I'll leave. Alright, have a good night, username. Okay, have a good night, Burnt. You too, but going to bed 11. Crazy. It's like 5. It's... Wait, I don't know what time. Is it Burnt in our time zone, Devil? Klein glanced at him and said, "You can consider it for a moment. I'll use the washroom. Tell me your answer when I'm back." With that said, he walked away. Klein wanted to go above the gray fog and discover whether he wanted to accept the mission. Once he entered the bathroom, he got in line before getting to an empty cubicle. When he entered, he frowned as the dirty environment and disgusting stench left him grossed out. He held back his disgust and went above the gray fog and began the inside the billiard room. Darkwill went to the door after he saw Gehrman leave and asked the owl on his shoulder, "Will he betray me?" "No," the owl mumbled. "Also, when asking me questions, be polite. Call me Mr. Harry." God, even his fucking owl is a little shit. "Mr. Harry, what kind of payment do you think he will accept?" "I can't see through him. He's good at concealing his emotions." "God damn it, you silly bird." After a while, Klein returned to the billiard room and asked, Have you thought it through?" He had divined above the grey fog that the mission's danger was acceptable, and he happened to plan on leaving Bayam for the time being anyway. £800 for 3 days, as well as our friendship. I'm referring to the friendship of my teacher and his friends. Klein remained silent and said £1,000 for 3 days. In addition, your organization will help me obtain a mystical item with powerful offensive abilities. I will pay cash based on a reasonable price. £1,000? How could I possibly have that much? Darkwill hesitated before saying, "I'll pay an advance of 300. The rest will be paid by the person I'm looking for when we arrive." Klein nodded. "Deal." Darkwill heaved a sigh of relief and before puffing his face and said, "Can I believe that the protection is in immediate effect?" Klein now getting paid the same rate as Miss Sharon. True! Yes, Ramiro! Oh my god, that's so true. Oh, and I guess... no, but Miss Bodyguard is sequence 5, right? Sequence 5 is Wraith? Do I have this right? Yeah, she's a 5? Okay. Yeah, 5 is Wraith. Okay. So he's sequence down, but making the same kind of money. True. My guy's he's a better negotiator, clearly. Upon hearing the chubby apothecary's question, Klein said, "From the moment you make the first payment." Darkwill didn't hesitate to take out a huge wad of cash. As he counted it while his heart pained for the money. "Here's £300. You can carry out your promise." "That won't be an issue." Darkwill immediately felt relieved. Half an hour later, in the Tiana Inn, Darkwill watched in a daze as the powerful adventurer said to the reception, "Switch us to a luxurious suite." With that said, Klein took 2 steps backward as though giving his spot to the apothecary. "I'm paying?" During the mission, all expenses are borne by the employer. That is the rule of adventurers. "I'd be a dumbass if I believed you. Am I to help you pay for a few prostitutes too?" "We can use an ordinary room," Darkwill said. "That'll make the job easier. Then you can stay by yourself." Klein acted as Gehrman without any effort. Darkwill laughed and said, "A luxurious suite." He said, "If you're gonna stay in a broke people room, you can do that shit by yourself." That is so good. When Darkwill checked in and entered the smaller bedroom, he opened the window and left an opening for the owl. He took out the ring box in his pocket and checked the situation of the die. After confirming the die was the same as before, Darkwill heaved a sigh of relief. Backland, inside an ordinary house. What? Oh, hold on. Music change. I'm sorry, someone did tell me get the creepy music ready. What? What? Hold on. Ince Zongwil woke up from his slumber, and the first thing he did was check on his body. This was something he had to repeat every day. This was because he had no idea what kind of story 008 would compose after he slept, bringing about unknown accidents. After confirming he wasn't injured, Ince wore a pair of bright leather boots and stood up. Without any surprises, he saw 008 silently sitting on his desk as though it was an ordinary quill. However, it had been locked in a metal box that was covered with symbols and magic labels. Ince walked over with a heavy heart and grabbed the quill. He flipped open the notebook beside him and discovered there was another page of text. Ince Zongwil couldn't recall what he had done last night, but he acutely sensed a problem. He looked into the mirror and found his reflection somewhat unfamiliar, as though his body had given birth to another Ince Zongwil. He looked down and saw there were obvious abnormalities under his fingernails, but he couldn't recall what he had done the previous night, no matter how hard he tried. After seeing the description, Ince instinctively looked at the full-body mirror in the room. He saw that he was still blind in one eye. His classic chiseled face didn't have a single wrinkle, but there was a smile lingering at the edges of his mouth. It formed a stark contrast with his heavy gaze. At this moment, Ince Zongwil felt that his face was a little livid. He had eye bags, and it was matched with a smile he couldn't understand. He appeared sinister, vicious, and strange. He lifted his hand, lowered his head, and saw the black stained blocks under his fingernails. It was as though he had spent half the night digging up roots in the garden. Although he had switched from the death pathway to the Evernight pathway, and had become a night watcher, Ince Zongwil didn't lose the Beyonder powers he had from before. He was still a powerful spirit guide. A spirit guide in the domain of the dead. Therefore, he immediately planned to communicate with the spirits inside and outside the house to find out what happened last night. Oh, he was originally off the death pathway. Okay, that is cool information. Okay. Sorry to break immersion there, but it is important for my notes. At this moment, he saw the final passage on the notebook. Ince Zongwil attempted to channel spirits, but he realized it was to no avail. It was as though a person of a similar profession had wiped out all the clues. He was very worried, unaware of what he had embroiled himself with in the previous night. Ince's expressions turned heavy as he attempted to channel the spirits. Within his expectation, he didn't receive any outcome, which could be called a pleasant surprise. Jesus Christ. He's a sequence 4 of the Sleepless Pathway? Yeah, because he's a sequence 4. He's not a sequence 9. He doesn't get all the prerequisites of the previous potions. That would be OP as fuck if he did. Because if you got all the previous powers, you would definitely want to switch. Because you'd want to switch as much as possible in the higher ranks, so you'd get like a maximum powers as you could. But that's not the case. You just get the powers of that sequence. Right, does he? Wait, he does? Oh my god, so it actually logically does make sense to switch as much as possible, because then you widen your dearth of... Oh my god. That was actually a question I had, so that's cool. Thank you. Depends on how you drink the potion. If you drink the characteristic potion, then you get the power of the ingredients, then the sequence power only. Oh, I see. That makes sense, Nightwalker, because the characteristic has all the previous characteristics inside of it too. Oh, that actually does make sense. Hold. Yes, okay. Wednesday morning, outside the bar that had its shadow boss replaced, KLIEN circled around to a secluded alley and saw Oz Kent carrying a tiny suitcase. Your bounty. Oz threw the small suitcase over. This actually wasn't the bounty money in the true sense of the word. It was the money the military had put forth. The former involved the Governor General's office and the kingdom's finance ministry. The procedure was complicated and needed at least 3 days. KLIEN caught the suitcase and flipped it open on the spot. He saw stacks of neatly arranged bills. A total of £5,400. We didn't take a cut. Oz Kent forced a smile. If it were any other adventurer, he would have given £4,000 at most. The rest was the income of the personnel involved in the entire procedure. But faced with the crazy man whose strength was close to a pirate admiral, all he could do was volunteer work thanks to his fear. The military is unlikely to fool me with fake notes. KLIEN grabbed a stack of notes and waved it. £5,400. Hiding outside the alley, Darkwell heard Oz Kent's words. The stack of notes seemed to blind him. This was the first time he was seeing so much money together. An adventurer is really a profitable profession. Successfully hunting a pirate earns thousands of pounds. Protecting me nets him 1,000. And one request. Occasionally he can find sunken ships and treasure. Why did I become a stupid apothecary? If I had known, I would have chosen that lucky Beyonder pathway. However, he quickly recalled his reality. Most adventurers didn't live to see such riches. Even if they could make a killing, a third of their income was given to apothecaries, either to treat their injuries or remove latent injuries, or to buy medicine to add to the fund to deal with unmentionable diseases. It's safer to be an apothecary, Darkwell sighed. At this moment, KLIEN, who had just done a rough count, closed the suitcase and said, I'll be leaving Bayam for the time being. If you have any intel, how should I inform you? You're leaving Bayam? Oswell asked. I received a bodyguard mission. Oz was first enlightened, that felt a baffling sense of ease. If this lunatic is to stay out of Bayam for some time, there will ultimately be a day when he causes problems. It's better to drift out at sea and fight those pirates. You can directly send me a telegram and include my address. We have people planted at the telegraph office. Because the sequence 4 characteristic he used wasn't shattered. It contained all the past characteristics too. Also, switching really increases the chance of losing control the next time they advance. Oh, switching does cause... oh, I didn't know it increased chances of losing control. Okay, that's new info. Okay. I thought it was just... Oh, switch music back. Yes, thank you, Justin. Oh, I thought it was like... I thought it didn't have any added risk, but I guess it does. Cool. Alright, KLIEN didn't speak further and turned to leave the alley. He headed for the harbor together with Darkwell and planned to catch the earliest train to Oravi Island. Half an hour before they boarded the ship, Darkwell reeled with anxiety. He was afraid the person who had betrayed his teacher would rush over and attack him. I know, he could choose between luck and apothecary, and this loser chooses apothecary? This feeling continued until he entered the first-class cabin. As long as the liner went out to sea, Beyonders without flight capabilities or their own ship would find it hard to intercept him. What do you think the grade of the artifact is? Which artifact, Nightwalker? Quickly, start the ship! Start the ship! Darkwell muttered to himself. At this moment, oh, the die. 1, probably? No. That guy had to entrust his dumbass student to it, so probably 2. 2. 2. At this moment, the owl was followed and perched on his shoulder. At this moment, the sky turned dark and the wind howled. A storm? This meant that the ship might not sail at the scheduled time. It might be delayed for hours. With that, Darkwill wouldn't be able to withstand the unnecessary risks. He turned his head to Gehrman. Do you have any solutions? I do have one. For example, I can pray to the sea god Kalvatua and answer your prayers above the grey fog. I'll disperse the storm, but it's without a doubt that in minutes or seconds, Jan Kottman would rush over, and his attacks will arrive earlier. KLIEN looked at the apothecary and said, I'm only an adventurer. Darkwill knew that he shouldn't have had expectations. He cursed the weather silently and turned around, looking at the window to check the exact situation. A bolt of lightning struck Darkwill before KLIEN could even react. Darkwill immediately collapsed, convulsing as smoke emitted from his body. His skin was charred as snakes of lightning buzzed. KLIEN nearly fell into shock. This was his first time seeing someone get struck by lightning. That's way too unlucky. He briefly forgot to rescue Darkwill. Darkwill's fucking... The dice spun, didn't it? The dice spun to a 1 for sure. The owl, Mr. Harry, was left stunned before it screamed, Quick, quick! There's a bottle of medicine in the second secret pouch off to the left! Feed it to him! This owl can talk? KLIEN took a few steps forward, grabbed the bottle, and then poured it down Darkwill's throat. After a few minutes, Darkwill regained his senses, and dark and charred black skin peeled off. He stood up with great difficulty. I'll deal with my wounds. He staggered to his room and locked the door. After doing all that, he took out the ring box and opened it with a solemn look. In the ring box, there was almost no room to roll. The die had already changed position at some point. 2 red dots were facing up. That was a... He got fucking smited and that was a 2? In the living room outside, KLIEN stood on the spot and recalled everything that happened. At this moment in time, he had a baffling feeling that the enemies he would face during this mission was probably going to be different from the enemies in the past. After Darkwill recovered and came out, KLIEN sat on the chair, leaned forward and said, Explain. This determines how I should provide you with protection. Judgment. Okay, if I can finish this chapter in 15 minutes, we're back on schedule, boys. After hearing Gehrman, Darkwill's first reaction was to reveal everything about the strange die. He wanted this adventurer to grasp the problem so as to effectively ensure his safety. But on second thought, he recalled his teacher's exhortations, believing that the die might very well be an important sealed artifact of the life school of thought. He was afraid that the truth would entice him to cause even more negative developments. There are plenty of rumors of adventurers who killed their employers to earn an even greater reward for themselves. I don't know Gehrman. I have no idea what kind of character he is. I need to be cautious. Besides, the die had automatically rolled a 2. The situation isn't at its worst and most despair-inducing. I can still wait. It's this. My teacher and I belong to a secret organization. I'm escaping because a traitor has appeared internally. They grasp the pathway related to fate and can make themselves lucky and the target unlucky. I might have been cursed, so I was unlucky enough to be struck by lightning. After the explanation, he hid the nervousness in his heart and waited Gehrman's reply. Will he believe me? Is this adventurer rich with experience and strength hard to deceive? If he were to discover that I'm lying, he'll likely throw me into the ocean. He's definitely from the right life school of thought. Monster pathway, KLIEN nodded. He does actually, Justin. That's crazy. I understand. Try to do as little as possible. I will consider how to deal with your bad luck. Darkwill was taken aback, completely unable to believe that Gehrman would so easily accept a lie. He forced a smile and quickly expressed his gratitude. Then he returned to his room, leaning his back against the door as he took out the ring box. His hand trembled as he opened the lid, only to discover that the die had already rolled itself to have a 6. Does this mean I was lucky enough to fool Gehrman? Harry swooped down and didn't choose to perch on the chubby apothecary's shoulders. Apparently, it was still somewhat worried about how it could have been implicated when Darkwill was struck by lightning. Darkwill, you're nervous. You don't have to tell me that, Darkwill said in frustration. Alright, I'll use a different explanation. I believe I should consider changing owners. Gehrman seems like a good choice. But what about me? Darkwill said. Don't you sense the concern and fear in your heart? You're already suspecting whether you can see tomorrow's sun. That strange die is so dangerous. If I were you, I would have thrown it out the window and into the sea and get your teacher's teacher to fish it out himself. How do you know about my teacher's teacher? Don't doubt an owl's vision. Darkwill fell in thought. No, that won't work. Throwing the die into the sea won't solve my problems. According to the old man, even at sea, any powerful person will be able to find it in days. That'll mean I'll really lose it. Silly bird, you lack general knowledge in mysticism, and don't know how important sealed artifacts are, just like the most important prostitutes in Red Theater. They'll always be able to attract hungry men. Kind of, because that die seems like it's off the monster pathway. So if there's someone off the monster pathway, they'll be attracted to it. Including you, Harry replied. As for the problem of being lacking in general knowledge in mysticism, I believe a famous quote can explain it. Emperor Roselle once said that if a child doesn't receive a good investigation, it's the father's fault. This sentence can be used to describe the problem between a pet and its owner too. Alright, Darkwill, regardless, I believe you need to discuss the die with Gehrman, otherwise there will only be greater danger. Let me wait and see a bit longer, perhaps it'll be fixed at 6. This guy's an idiot. KLIEN sat in the first-class cabin. He wasn't too afraid of enemies. Out at sea, apart from the 4 kings and the official demigods or the pirate admirals, there were very few matters that could threaten him, who had creeping hunger and several mystical items. Even if the ship was sunk, he'd be able to escape thanks to the many charms from the sea god domain. But his luck was something he had no confidence in. It wasn't within the limit of his abilities. Although my title is the King of Yellow and Black who wields good luck, that was modified from the luck enhancement ritual. And the luck enhancement ritual clearly wasn't to allow people to get out of bad luck. Darkwill's matter is quite difficult to handle. I can only invest more effort and keep a close eye. Let's hope we can last for a few days until we arrive at Aravi Island. His senior should be able to help him. Darkwill, who had been too nervous the previous night, fell into a deep sleep without realizing. After a while, his stomach growled, informing him it was time for lunch. It was actually armed to the teeth. It's actually crazy. Like, KLIEN walks around like with the same amount of fucking artifacts as like a small branch of like the Nighthawks or what. Like, how many ever fucking sealed artifacts the Nighthawks had on them, not including Channa's Gate, KLIEN has on him at all times. He's like, I wish a motherfucker would, bro. Try me, motherfucker. Let's find out. After he tried hard to open his eyes, but felt as though an invisible person was pressing down on him, making it impossible to move. He felt the back of his head swelling with a sharp pain. Don't tell me that I'm going to experience a sudden death in my dreams. Darkwill struggled with all his might, but failed to wake up. He became weaker and weaker with time. At this moment, his mouth was opened by a sharp object as an ice-cold liquid was poured in. The liquid flowed down his face, wetting his chin and neck. Darkwolf's body recovered as he managed to open his eyes. Rearing a Beyonder pet can be effective sometimes. Darkwolf first felt wistful before he rapidly sat up and took out the ring box. Inside, the die had rolled to another side. 1 point. I was so unlucky that I almost died in my sleep? No, I don't think it's that simple. It seems to magnify certain probabilities, such as the chances of being hit by lightning, or the chances of experiencing sudden death in my sleep. This can't carry on. If it does, I'll definitely die. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. A rescue owl, actually. Horror quickly overwhelmed his thoughts as he spurred his hand to hold onto the ring box and rushed to the door. Help! As a result of nearly suffering a sudden death, he was lacking in strength and could hardly twist the handle. Help! Help! Mr. Harry cried. The door was opened, slamming into Darkwolf's head. If KLIEN hadn't controlled his strength, a chubby apothecary, his head probably would have cracked open. Even without rubbing his bruise, Darkwolf frantically shouted, "It's this! It's this! When it gives me bad luck! It's this die that gives me bad luck! When it's at 1 point, I fail at almost everything I do." Dude, at 1 point he failed at sleeping. He failed like, if this was D&D, he failed a fucking sleep check. I didn't even know there was a check for sleep, bro. That's gonna be like a 0 die fucking roll, but he had like negative 20 fucking debuffs on him, so he just got rolled. He had already decided to inform Gehrman of the whole truth, and he looked forward to the powerful adventurer giving him some suggestions. He didn't eliminate the possibility of him killing him out of greed, but he weighed the matter. If he decided to make a choice, he definitely would choose the one that wasn't as terrible. Ambush while sleep check, true. Yeah, I still think it's 2. Telling Gehrman might lead to death, but not telling would spell certain death. I don't care if the die is lost. My life is worth more. Darkwolf thought in righteous indignation that he saw a smile appear across Gehrman's mouth. Thank you for your humor. The joke isn't too bad. It's not a joke. Darkwolf looked down at the box and saw that there were no changes to the blood-red single point on the die. Could it be that even an explanation with plenty of logic will fail? The apothecary fell into despair. It's real. He's speaking the truth. Harry flapped his wings. Then why don't you throw it into the ocean? Gehrman said. With that said, KLIEN politely closed the door and returned to the living room. The fellow must be hiding a secret. I mustn't be fooled by such a clumsy excuse. Darkwolf sat down, depressed. He sat there, motionless, afraid of encountering another failure. He didn't notice that the die had already switched its face again to a 3. Before lunch, KLIEN entered the washroom to clean out his digestive tract. After washing his hands, he went above the grey fog in passing. Just sitting at the high-back chair of the fool, he recalled the many details and said, "How could I believe such a weak explanation? Why did I think it's because of that die? In the past 2 events, it feels like my mind has been clouded. No, it's not that. Darkwolf's explanation happened to match certain theories of mine. Therefore, I instinctively believed it to be real and fake. At that moment, he made a judgment that die is indeed problematic." 606 intimidation. Okay, we're finally back on track in terms of time, which is amazing. I just made up like 30 minutes in like an hour and a half. That is some actual fucking unbelievable speed. I am speed ka-chow-esque shit right there. Oh, I burned the fuck out of my tongue. Oh god. It's a good temperature now, but oh, my tongue is so fucked. Above the grey fog, inside the palace, KLIEN tapped the edge of the table as his thoughts revolved around the strange die. It can influence me without realizing it. If you are speed to a backflip... Damn, you gotta hit me where it hurts, eh? Alright, fine, I see how it is. This is somewhat similar to 008. It's just that the one is right in front of me while the other is hidden. It's definitely a sealed artifact, and it's the kind that exists at the very pinnacle. Even if it's not a grade 0, it has to be a very special existence among grade 1s. Oh, I'm so bad. I said grade 1 and then I took it back. Oh, I was underestimate. I'm temporarily unable to interfere with matters regarding fate. But I can't just passively face it. With the passage of time, objects at the level of sealed artifacts will often cause severe damage. It might even begin to affect people around the apothecary, such as me and the passengers on the ship. KLIEN thought over the matter seriously, but couldn't think of any solutions, and decided to head to the real world. 2 chapters of our novel will release tomorrow? Oh, nice, Nagito. Okay. He didn't know how to seal the die or reduce its influence, but he knew someone who could. The Snake of Mercury. Will Ossepton. Entering the master bedroom, he took out the paper crane and wrote a simple question. How do I deal with that die? He folded the paper crane back to its original form and stuffed it into his pocket. It wasn't in violation of Gehrman's persona, because he was a gentlemanly madman. Of course, KLIEN was mainly afraid of bashing Darkwill to death by rashly opening the door. This was something that he had learned from the movie franchise Final Destination. When in doubt, ask a sequence 1 true. In addition, KLIEN was also worried about witnessing something disgusting or unpleasant. With the preferences Darkwill has exhibited, when he realizes that he's in extreme danger and unable to extricate himself from it, well, with waiting for death being the only option, there's a non-zero chance of him pleasuring himself to climax one more time. KLIEN lampooned as he heard the apothecary's weak reply. What's the matter? It's good that you aren't dead yet. KLIEN calmly opened the door, leaned forward, and said, What's the score? Can't you check it from the papers yourself? Sports section, Darkwill said. I'm asking about the die. It's still at 3 points. You believe me? KLIEN didn't reply, so as to prevent him from recalling how Gehrman had been fooled by the die. He turned around and said, Bring the die outside. All right! All right! Darkwill and Harry cried out in joy. They either raised their arms or wings. After the apothecary carefully carried the ring box outside, KLIEN pointed at the coffee table and said, Put it here. As he said, he sat on the sofa beside it. He placed his arms on his thigh and leaned forward to observe the strange die. On the surface, the die didn't seem strange in any way when it came to mysticism. The only difference from an ordinary die was that it was dyed red, even for the 3 points. KLIEN didn't touch it out of caution. He straightened his back and looked at Darkwill and said, Describe the exact situation. Darkwill didn't hide the matter any further and said, This is an important sealed artifact from our organization. My mission is to send it to a particular person in Oravi Island. But, as you can see, it's very dangerous. It will roll itself even when there's no space to do it. When it rolls a 6, you'll be very lucky. Everything can be done pretty easily. Just like how my clumsy lie was able to fool you. Don't mention this matter. You will one day be taught a serious lesson because of that mouth of yours. 1 point means that the wielder will be extremely unlucky. Nothing will succeed. You wouldn't believe me even if I told you the whole truth. 2 is bad luck of a lesser degree, but as for why it would cause me to be struck by lightning, it's inexplicable. 3 and 4 points are normal levels of good and bad luck, and this can be confirmed. 5 is the opposite of 2 points. You aren't considered unlucky enough. Otherwise, I would have already beat your ass, KLIEN thought. From this moment forth, both of you will take turns to monitor this dice. Once it drops below 3 points, you're to inform me immediately. Both of us, Darkwill said. Including me? The owl perched. This will help in maintaining focus and energy. With that said, he gestured at the owl and said, "You're up first." "My name is Henry," the owl grumbled. Harry. KLIEN resisted the urge to laugh as he said to Darkwell, "Pull the bell and get an attendant here. From this moment on, we will have to choose room service for our meals. Before reaching the island, you live in the room at all times. You are not to go anywhere. Even if you wish to go to the washroom, it will be when it's at 3 or 4. If you can't hold it in, I'll give you a bucket." Jesus, I don't trust you, dumbass. That's actually what this is. Oh my god. Upon hearing Gehrman give instructions with a regularity and thought, Darkwell calmed down. The matter he was most worried about previous to this was that Gehrman would be enticed by greed and choose to kill him. Second, the somewhat crazy and cold adventurer might be scared of the dice and he would abandon the mission. Now that Gehrman didn't show any fear, he even seemed pretty confident. He isn't afraid at all. He's so professional. He can even escape the influence of the die and accept my explanation. He lives up to his name as a powerful adventurer. Darkwell stood up and walked to the sofa to pull the service bell. Just as he returned to the sofa, Harry said, "It has changed! 2 points!" Suddenly, KLIEN exerted strength in his legs as he rose up from the sofa without warning and rushed to Darkwell's side. As a gunshot rang from the outside, KLIEN pulled Darkwell's arm, swung his arm backwards and shook his wrist, throwing the chubby apothecary to the side. At this point, the wall opposite to where Darkwell was standing, there was a bullet hole. Did a sailor's gun misfire, or did a bullet ricochet while aiming at someone else? The chances of this happening are so low. "Are you injured?" I'm fine," Darkwell said. In the time that followed, KLIEN resolved more than 10 incidents, one after another. It included the sudden collapse of the chandelier in the room, the hammer dropped by a slipping maintenance worker headed for Darkwell's head, as well as Darkwell nearly dying from choking on a fish bone. KLIEN Moretti's character it was so good, Zanny. Holy shit. It was by far the best one so far. Didn't seem like anything serious, but for KLIEN to remain so highly focused, he was exhausted. Thankfully, the die automatically rolled to 4 points later, finally ending the hour, which was fraught with disease, or disasters, good lord. No, I can't continue like this. Who knows if something will happen to me when I'm rescuing him. KLIEN sent away the captain, who came to apologize and said to Darkwell, "I'll sleep for half an hour. Both of you watch the die. If there's a problem, immediately wake me up." The apothecary and owl both nodded. Leaning back into the sofa, KLIEN used cogitation and quickly fell asleep, hoping to get a reply from Will. In his dream, he woke up and heaved a sigh of relief when he saw the pitch-black desolate plains. When he reached the depths of the steeple, in the protruded ground surrounded by tarot cards, KLIEN stopped and read, "It's called the Die of Probability. It's a sealed artifact at the highest level in our school of thought. I believe it can reach the standard of grade 0 artifact." And I gave it a 2? Oh, I'm so cooked. It controls the probability of everything. 1 point will maximize the probability of unfavorable events. 2 will raise the probability. Greatly. That doesn't mean 2 points is safer than 1. This is because once the probability is high enough, any accident can happen. 3 is to increase the probability of unprobable events. It's the opposite for 4 through 6. Even for me, a being who can reset it to a certain extent, it's very dangerous. A demigod can be killed using it, but of course, it can also kill yourself. It can also kill yourself? What? I know, your contest with the Die of Probability is like the equivalent of the battle between the god of save and load and RNG gods. The Die of Probability has living characteristics. It always makes the wielder swing back and forth between having good luck and bad. If one isn't careful, it's possible to die from an accident. When it awakens to a certain degree, it will control the people and objects around the wielder, controlling the probability of their actions. Although it hasn't been confirmed, I suspect that given enough time, it will be able to influence the entire world, making every decision of all life be determined by its score. Of course, excluding deities. To put it simply, it's digitizing the world. It's definitely a grade 0 artifact. It's so dangerous. How terrifying. To truly seal the die of probability is rather complicated. To put it simply, it's to use sealed artifacts to isolate it from the spirit world, astral world, and real world. You can give it a try. I'll reveal my cards. I have long discovered that you can resist my prophetic senses. Perhaps you can use it to seal it. There's another way, but it can only briefly reduce the influence. However, it should be enough to send the die of probability to the hands of someone who can seal it. And it sold for £1 fucking pound. That method is to use the fact that it has living characteristics. Use an effective method to intimidate it. That way, don't ignore my tagged comments at least. It's my third comment you ignore. Do you think KLIEN only able to go above Grey Fog and see the truth because the dice is on 3? No, I don't think so. I think KLIEN could go above I think the Grey Fog is like a separate thing. However, I think the fact that it was on 3 allowed KLIEN to be clear-minded enough to recognize, like, hey, there might be a problem. Let me just go up to check. If it was lower than 3, KLIEN's mind would have just been like, la-di-da-di-da, yeah, the dice is stupid. The guy's just fucking making fun of me. La-di-da-di-da, gone about his day and never went above the Grey Fog. Not that it would stop him if he did the ritual to go above. It just would fuck with his mind enough that he wouldn't do the ritual, if that makes sense. That method is to use the fact that it has living characteristics. Use an effective method to intimidate it. That way it will behave. No, calm down. For about 12 hours. Yeah, but going to Grey Fog is different than being in Grey Fog. I don't know if that's true. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't know. After repeated acts of intimidation, the influence it receives will decrease. After a week, it will mark you and madly control your probabilities. Finally, thank you for your help. Sincerely yours, Will Ossepton. As expected of a snake of fate, it has indeed discovered my uniqueness. Throwing the die of probability above the Grey Fog should be able to seal it. But the problem is that a grade 0 artifact with living characteristics might influence the space of the Grey Fog and chase me away, making itself the owner. Such matters can't be answered with divination. It will definitely be able to resist, just like 008. His thoughts whirled in KLIEN's mind. He had an idea. I have a method of suppressing its influence, KLIEN said. What is it? KLIEN didn't answer and picked up the die of probability, which had 4, facing up, and before entering the washroom. What does he want to do with it? I remember that in some folklore, the way they treat evil objects is to throw shit. Darkwill didn't want to think any further. After entering the washroom and locking the door, KLIEN set up a ritual to summon himself and went above the Grey Fog and brought out the iron cigar case. Then he picked up the die of probability, opened the cigar case, and threw the inside the cigar case. Holy shit! I'm so sleepy. Was the all-black eye that came from the marionettist. I have long discovered that you can sense my prophetic ability. KLIEN resisting sequence 1. You seem tense. It's not good for what's left of your hair. Yeah. KLIEN's able to resist the prophetic ability of a sequence 1. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's KLIEN doing it. I think it's the little bit of Grey Fog that's coming around him now. As he's a sequence 6. That's affecting his prophetic abilities. Unless the seer pathway is like anti-fate or some bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like, Since most pathways seem to have like a counter, like a hunter is the opposite of a demoness. So what if a seer is the opposite of a monster? Like a monster can control fate, but a seer is like able to dodge it. And then that's why like Zaratul said like fate has something to do with seer, but like it's not our thing. What if their thing is like, you know, fucking Neo from the Matrix dodging bullets, dodging fate like that, you know, just saying like, miss me with that gay shit, bro. Not saying gay pejoratively, but you know, it's, you know what I mean. Under the darkness, Klein's face was cloaked in the shadows as he watched with a deep and gloomy gaze as he brought the die of probability close to the strange eye. Escaping fate? Oh, yes, that's a much better way of putting it. Dude, I'm so sleepy. Yes, that's a great way of putting it. Escaping fate. As he brought the die of probability close to the strange eye, it was a beyonder characteristic which contained the true creator's mental corruption. The corners of its mouth cracked open as it revealed a genial smile and whispered to the die in his hand, "Here, let me treat you to a concert." Is he just gonna make the fucking living die just listen to the mad ravings of the true creator and just go, "Oh god, please stop, I'll stop bugging you, just leave me alone"? What about Amon? What's the difference between time and fate? I don't fucking know. You think that each pathway has a counter pathway? I would guess so. Because, I mean, if one pathway has a counter pathway, why would other pathways not? Seems rather silly. But wait. If Hunter is the opposite of Demoness, Nagito confirmed to me that Hunter and Demoness are interchangeable pathways. So maybe... Oh, so maybe Seer doesn't counter Monster. Maybe Seer counters Marauder then. Do you know what I mean? Because if they have to be the same pathway... The window of the washroom was very high, preventing sufficient sunlight from shining in. It could only barely dispel the darkness, making everything seem gloomy. Klien moved the die of probability in his right hand to the all-black eye, and suddenly it shook. Then he threw the item into the other side of the wash basin. The milky white die rolled a few times before finally stopping with 4 red dots. Klien held back his obvious smile and took a step to the side and picked up the die of probability, lowered his head and said, "You don't want to listen to it? Let's do this. Give me an answer. 6 represents cooperation. Everything else is a rejection." With that said, he threw the die of probability and caught it. The die fell straight, showing 6 red dots. Very good. After throwing the all-black eye above the grey fog, he turned to open the door to the washroom and slowly walked to the living room. Under Darkwill and Harry's gaze, which was filled with anticipation, he suddenly stopped and threw the die of probability out. "No! No!" they both cried out. With a crisp tingle, the die rolled several times before fixing itself at 2 points. Just as the color in Darkwill's face drained, the die languidly rolled and fixed on a 4. For the next 12 hours, it'll be pretty quiet. Klien calmly sat down and began enjoying his breakfast. He had a solution? After nearly a minute, he couldn't help but extend his hand and throw the dice, managing to roll a 6. Just as his palm left, the die moved by itself to a 4. How magical! What did Gehrman use? Did he really shit and soak the die in it? Huh. Looking up at Gehrman, who was calmly spreading butter on his toast, Darkwill suddenly felt that it was just a promise, and £1,000 to hire a bodyguard of this level was definitely worth it. Witch and Hunter are... maybe Romero, but I feel like didn't Didn't Colin Iliad say something like hunter counters thing or something? Am I making this up? Yeah, every demon hunter was a devil's... Oh, sorry, a devil... Oh, a devil's. Not a... Oh, not a demoness. Sorry, a devil's. Okay, never mind. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I was misremembering. That's what I was thinking about. Sorry. Right. Demon Hunter and Hunter Pathway are two very different things. Oh yes, Hunter is a pathway too, isn't it? Oh, I was thinking of that quote from Demon Hunter. I apologize. Okay, yes, you're right. You're right. I'm very sorry. Alright. I feel good. I don't feel good. I'm so sleepy. Fuck. He can definitely be ranked at the same level as pirate admirals. If a tycoon were to encounter a situation like mine, they wouldn't hesitate to hire him with half their wealth. Thankfully, I only paid £300. The rest will be borne by the teacher and the others. Darkwolf felt relieved when he realized that he didn't need to worry about the die for the next 12 hours. I've never seen was this... Dude, I'm so sleepy. I slept we finished stream at like 1 a.m. yesterday, I think 1:30. Fell asleep at like 2. I had to get up at 6:30 to 6:30 because I had to go over to my niece, stay with her so she didn't wake up and stuff, and then get her ready for school, and then go pick up my parents. And now it's 12. Like I've slept for like 4.5, 5 hours, and I've been up for 24. Like I'm so fucked. It's all good. It's all good. He walked to the window and opened the tightly shut window to see the sparse clouds scattered across the clear skies. The endless azure sky stirred as it reflected the bright sunlight and countless golden fragments scattered in it. Would you guys be okay if we do... Oh, wait, what is this? Is this 606 or 607? 607. Would you guys be okay if we just do this... if we do this as the last chapter then? Because I'm sure... Like, I could fall asleep right now. He walked to the window. Unlike Backland, which would only become warm at the end of February, the Rorstad archipelago was no longer plagued by... cold. Life had returned to this area. Sure? Okay. Sounds good. Okay. You're no longer lore accurate. Fuck you. Okay. Oh yeah. Next stream tomorrow morning regular time. That'll be like 11, maybe 11:30. Like it might be like a half hour late, but it's all good. I shouldn't be even, but I mean maybe. Because I have a job interview tomorrow morning. Okay. We'll do 607 and then we'll leave it there. Okay. Facing the sea and the blooming of flowers in the warm spring, KLIEN, who had finished his bread, walked to the spot behind Darkwill and felt like he was an animal who had woke from hibernation. He didn't... Oh yes, morning for me. Yes, sorry. He didn't recite the poem that flashed his mind. At first, it didn't suit Gehrman, and secondly, it would make Darkwill reflect over Roselle's poetic talent. Unlike the... Ramiro, bro, you're jobless. How are you hassling me over this? And besides, I've been working for like forever. I just took a couple months off because I was like, you know what, I need to figure out like what I would do with my time if I had free time, because I never had it because I was working and in school at the same time. So I was like just fucking running around like a lunatic. In the evening, the die still didn't roll, but the weather had changed. Strong winds howled as dark clouds gathered. I think he said jobless as a compliment. No, no, he did not, Dr. Z. This was the most common danger at sea. Even if one took a safe sea route which was traversed by others, one would occasionally encounter similar situations. It just wasn't as terrifying. KLIEN looked at the tall waves and the dark sky, and he felt as though the ship was cruising through the mountain valley. By the sides were the tall, dark blue cliffs that could topple down at any moment. I want to be jobless. This intense pressure made a mid-sequence Beyonder like him feel repressed, even if he were to pray to a god. He even wished to pray to a god. It's no wonder sailors, pirates, and merchants can't help but respect the Lord of Storm. Although he didn't believe the storm would, although he didn't believe that the storm wasn't that powerful, could bury a liner which was powered by both sails and steam engines, he still attached caution to the matter by praying to the sea god Kalvatua. My job is reading, which I'm currently not doing. He was afraid that the die of probability would suddenly make him go mad during the storm and roll a 1, causing the ship to sink. Therefore, he would take preemptive precautions. KLIEN did believe Snake of Fate Will Ossipton's judgment that the die would be quiet for 12 hours. But this was without additional conditions. Stealing a glance at Darkwill and the owl, who were looking relaxed, KLIEN said, "I'll take a nap. Continue watching the die. Take turns and don't relax." "Alright." Watching Gehrman enter the master bedroom, Darkwill walked to the side of the coffee table and sat down, and asked Harry, What thoughts do you have now? Am I not a petrel?" What is a petrel? Petrels are tube-shaped seabirds. Okay, cool. Are you going, Nightwalker? Yeah, I got like 10 more minutes and then my job's so messed up, you know. Yeah. In the master bedroom, KLIEN went above the grey fog and summoned the Sea God Scepter. He held the scepter and the blue gems embedded up top and replied to his prayer. KLIEN didn't expend too much spirituality to calm the storm. This was firstly because they weren't too far from the surrounding seas of the Rorschach archipelago. Such an obvious and exaggerated phenomenon would attract the attention of the Sea King, Jan Kottmann. Secondly, he had to conserve strength to deal with die of probability. What he did was simple. He augmented the ship with layers of Beyonder effects, causing it to cruise through the storm without the risk of capsizing. Towards the sequence 5 or 6, Beyonder, below the rank of demigod, to do something similar to a liner which had hundreds of people on it, required plenty of preparation and a complicated ritual. It was possible only by exhausting them, but to a sea god, it was simple and easy. All my life I try to put in the least amount of effort. A demigod already has the inkling of a god. KLIEN threw the sea scepter back to a junk pile before returning back to the real world. In the time that followed, the ship bobbed up and down like a leaf in the wind. No matter how terrifying or towering the dark blue waves were, nothing happened. I was procrastinating too much? All good. We're on the last chapter now. I'm playing Wukong in Minecraft right now. Yes, sir. Awesome. 4 p.m. Backlund. Fours once again arrived by carriage at William Street. She didn't sit in the coffee shop again. Instead, she strolled down the street and observed the pedestrians and the surrounding buildings. There's a lot of foreigners. They're mainly from Fasak and Intis. One of them is barbaric and stocky, while the other is colorful and ostentatious rooster. Forrest chuckled to herself. At this moment, she came to the middle of the William Street, where there was an abandoned chapel. Withered vines crawled all over the walls, and the grey stones strewn everywhere. With the intention of not wasting Mr. World's payment, Forrest deliberately approached it to check for abnormalities. She circled the chapel without discovering a thing. Following that, she entered and avoided the disgusting shit and rotten things that were quickly observed in every corner. Suddenly, her gaze came to a stop and she frowned. In a particular corner of the half-collapsed ruin, the ground had been dug up by someone. The pit wasn't too big or too deep, and there were remnant traces of it being dug with fingers. I got a woodland mansion map, so we gotta explore that. Oh shit, sounds good, Romero. This should be considered an abnormality, right? Forrest cautiously retreated. After walking through all of William Street, she immediately returned home and organized the abnormality in materials she jotted away. She then sacrificed it to the Mr. Fool and asked him to hand it over to the world. In the place above the grey fog, KLIEN immediately began reading Miss Magician's report. The abandoned chapel has signs of being dug up. The previous digging attempts were dealt by me and Sharon. Who would dig it up again? Rafter Pound? Who could it be? While he was reading the notes, he actually noticed a point. There are many foreigners on the street, mainly from Intis and Fasak. It wasn't like that back when I went. Did a Fasak or Intis company open up there? Fasak, Intis. The royal families of Fasak Einhorn, the Einhorn family, and the Intis royal and the Intis former royal family, the Sauron family, are both in control of the Hunter pathway, which is also the Red Priest pathway. It was two of the blood types which the evil spirit had designated of being capable of removing the seal. And no, yeah, sorry, I was thinking, and they might get attracted to the card of blasphemy, but a card of blasphemy probably wouldn't attract them to it because it's probably been sealed or something. Forrest is not being scammed at all. £100 to observe from afar, and if you see any danger at all, run away. Don't do shit about it. That seems fair. Together with the Medici family descendants that have been destroyed at Bansi Harbor, the three factions which held control over the Red Priest pathway are involved. Bansi Harbor was destroyed, causing the Medici family's Beyonder characteristic to use some magical connection to connect to the evil spirit who's suspected of being the Red Angel. Hence, the members of the Einhorn and Sauron family were attracted. No, that's not realistic. If the Church of Storm didn't discover any characteristics, they definitely wouldn't have noticed a problem in this. Another reason, the evil spirit is using another method to attract people from Einhorn and Sauron. Who or what did it go through in order to do such? The number of people who know the evil spirit's existence is only a handful. Me, Miss Sharon, as well as it was Rafter Pound, the descendant of the Tudor family who had been previously possessed by the evil spirit. He unknowingly became a slave of the evil spirit. He had secretly helped it spread the news. And the evil spirit had sought me and Miss Sharon's help to numb us into thinking that we were the only ones who came to rescue it. For this, it didn't mind betraying its descendants. KLIEN was alarmed as he felt as though he had been fooled by the evil spirit. You remember there was a lot of characteristics at that place, so there is characteristic attraction. Oh, true. A lot of old Beyonders would have died there. Oh, it could just be a characteristic attraction. True. Thank you, Romero. No, it was unsealed? I don't know. Okay. I don't think there's any art. There is art. Never mind. Fuck me. Okay, just one very quick one. Just one very cool, nice looking one. No problem. Who said you need to tell the truth, Dr. Z? Just ask for the most amount of money you can get and then lie. True. Ouroboros art. That's cool. That looks. Or, wait, I got deleted. Am I not supposed to look at it? No. Was I not supposed to look at it? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Oh, good lord. Is this Ouroboros too? Good lord, he's just a kid. Or is this... Oh, that's a Mon. The monocle, I see. That never happened? Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. This is a Mon. Yeah. This is beautiful. This is so good. No, Nagito, stop sending more art. I'm so sleepy. I want to go to bed. Stop. He's just a kid. Yeah, he looks like a baby. Look at him. He looks like a little baby. This is... Okay, see, he doesn't look like a baby there. He looks like an evil bastard. But that's a separate issue, you know? Okay. Alright, I'm really tired. I'm not exactly giving the best reactions and stuff. I'm tired as fuck. I'm gonna go to bed. We almost made it. I'm still 5 minutes ahead of schedule, okay? So if I was in good condition, I would have finished this stream on time despite starting half an hour down, okay? All that being said, I just want to say for the first time, we're officially ahead of Easy in terms of chapters. Fuck yeah, let's go, baby. Beat his ass. Let's go. Alright, sleep and become more lore accurate. Yes, I promise I will. Alright, that's it. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day or nights. I'll see y'all later.